Have you ever wondered why some things are considered sins in the Bible? Like why certain actions that seem small are treated with such gravity? Today, let's talk about one of those topics, masturbation. In the Bible, God lays out a plan for us, a design for how to live a life full of purpose and love. Part of that plan involves sexual intimacy, which God intended to be shared between a husband and wife. It's meant to unite them and reflect His love for us. Masturbation, however, often pulls us away from that design. When we engage in masturbation, we shift the focus from others, our relationships and responsibilities, onto ourselves. It feeds selfish desires and often goes hand in hand with lustful thoughts. Jesus warned us about this in Matthew 5:28 when He said, "Anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery in his heart." Lust distorts how we see people, not as individuals made in God's image, but as objects for our own gratification. But it's not just about lust. Masturbation can also create a cycle of shame and isolation. You see, sin often does that. It promises fulfillment, but leaves us feeling empty. Paul writes in 1 Corinthians 6:18-20 that our bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit. That means how we treat our bodies matters. When we misuse this gift of sexuality, it can harm our relationship with God and others. So, what's the solution? Masturbation isn't just about breaking a rule. It's about stepping outside of God's plan and settling for less than His best. But here's the good news. God's grace is bigger than any mistake we make. If you're struggling, you're not alone. Talk to God. Seek support. And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about growing closer to Him and aligning your life with His design. Life is a journey, and we're all learning as we go. Let's aim to walk the path that brings us closer to God and to the people He's placed in our lives.